Welcome back, Volt family. Stephen and Bo here again with you all today. We get a lot of questions about how to choose the program that is right for you. So we are going to help answer that for both coaches and individuals, athletes. So we'll just hop right into it.
Yep.
Bo, I mean, I guess the best way to do it is let's just talk about me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I'm an aspiring triathlete.
Okay.
I'm new to Volt. Well, how do I get started?
Well, we already know one of the most important things is what you're training for. Right. So you told me that you're a triathlete, so you're probably going to be training on a triathlon program because really that's what you're kind of working towards.
Right.
So that's an important first step, is knowing, am I training for a sport, or am I maybe training for tactical readiness if I'm in the military or if I'm an officer or a firefighter, or kind of third category is, am I just training for overall health and fitness?
Right.
Am I just training for the health benefits that come with training?
Right.
And so for you, it sounds like sport performance as a triathlete.
Right.
Great. So we got that narrowed down.
Yeah.
The second thing is, how experienced are you? You know, what is your current training age? What's your background with strength training?
Yeah. So I guess for me, I would say I've got about maybe 2 years of pretty good gym experience. I feel comfortable with the barbell. I feel comfortable under some heavier loads. Feeling somewhat good about my form. I check in every now and then, but feeling good for the most part.
Okay.
Experienced, I would say.
Awesome. So you would probably be on a level 2 program.
Okay.
And if you were signing up through Volt, you would kind of input, how much experience you have, and we would guide you down that path.
Right.
If you were new to strength training, or if maybe you had some strength training experience in the past, but it's been a while, so you're kind of returning to it, we would probably put you on a level, or recommend putting you on a level 1 program, which is for more novice weightlifters, and that's totally fine, right? Like we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success at the beginning. We talked about movement progressions in a previous video. We want to make sure that you can enter in and start having success right away, and then build off of that. So that's kind of the second consideration is your training age. So far we know triathlon for sport performance, and probably a level 2 program based on experience.
Okay.
And then the third question is, how often are you going to be able to train?
Right.
Not how often do you want to train, right?
Yeah.
But realistically, how often can you train? Because you might have a lot of gumption and motivation right at the beginning, and you might think that you're going to go to the gym every single day after work, or you're going to you're going to show up for weights 5 days a week. But one, that might not be the best thing for you, and two, it might not be realistic.
Right.
So we want to make sure that you can actually execute on the plan. So what does that look like for you?
Yeah, totally. And I'm totally with you, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that whenever I choose a new program, I'm like 5 days a week, let's hit it, let's go.
Yeah.
And you get about a week in, and then you start dropping off, you start missing a few days, and before you know, you're not even going to the gym anymore.
Right.
Just get totally demotivated. So yeah, I would say realistically what I've found just with work, balance, life, all that kind of stuff is 3 days a week is what I can fully commit to.
Cool.
And what I've kind of gotten a little, I guess you could say, religious about getting in my fitness time.
Yeah, I mean, you've hit your stride, right?
Right, exactly.
And that's one of the things you said before is like taking on too much and not being able to actually achieve those targets is demoralizing.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
defeating.
Totally.
So set yourself up early. You're confident with 3 days. Okay, choose that 3-day path. Crush those 3 days for the first few weeks.
Right.
And if at that point you feel like you want to increase, great.
Add more.
You totally can.
Yeah.
You totally can. That's one of the nice things about Volt is you can choose these different pathways and add training if add other days per week if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that hopefully, if you were setting yourself up with Volt or going through the app or whatever it might be, you would know sport performance, triathlon, you would know level 2, and you would know probably 3 days a week to start out with.
That's great. Yeah, and I feel like that's going to give me a pretty good start.
Yeah.
So on the flip side, I imagine a lot of the process is kind of the same, but on the other side, from a coach's perspective, what are some other considerations that I might have there?
Yeah, so if you are a coach, you probably know what sport you're training for, right? You probably have a sport team. In the rare occasion that you don't see your sport as an option, you're probably going to talk to one of the one of us here at Volt, probably talk to me maybe, and we're going to set you up the program that's going to be very similar, right? We might look at different movement patterns that are similar across sports.
Okay.
It may be best to just put those your team on an all-around athlete program to develop a wide set of movement proficiencies. That might be the best thing for the program, but you probably know that you're going to train for a certain sport. And then the second thing is, again, training age for your athletes. And most teams that I work with have a mix, right? You got some kids who have a ton of experience, and you have some who have never trained at all before. So how do you navigate that?
Right.
You can set everybody up. Maybe you set up 2 different programs for your team, a level 1 and a level 2. And then run those sessions concurrently. Or maybe you set everybody up with level 1 at the beginning so that things can be a little bit more streamlined.
Okay.
It's not a bad thing for an experienced athlete to be on level 1, because even if they're working on the movement, the more fundamental movement patterns, we're still going to challenge them with appropriate amounts of weight. And they're still going to be able to have opportunities to improve.
Right.
So hopefully that kind of helps make that decision. Ultimately, it's the decision of the coach and what they're comfortable with. But having some of that background can help you make the best decision for your team.
Yeah, totally. Agree. Hopefully y'all got something out of that. If you have more questions, of course, definitely follow up with Bo and I directly. You can connect with us, Volt Athletics, on Twitter and Instagram, as well as support@voltathletics.com. Thanks again, Bo, as always. Love having you.
Good questions.
We'll catch y'all again next time.